In an unprecedented move, President Joe Biden has signed a bill that could effectively ban TikTok nationwide. This digital platform, a whirlwind of dance challenges, comedic skits, and viral trends, has become a cultural phenomenon. Its influence is far-reaching, connecting millions across the globe. But its future now hangs in the balance. The legislation at play, signed by President Biden, presents a ticking clock for TikTok's parent company, ByteDance. The company must sell the app or face potential nationwide prohibition. This is no small matter. For many, TikTok is more than an app. It's a community, a stage, a business platform. It's where trends are born and voices are heard. The potential ban is not just a blow to the app itself, but to the millions who use it daily. The ripples of this decision are just starting to spread. The clock is ticking for ByteDance, TikTok's parent company. Now let's dive into the meat of the matter, the legislative lowdown. President Joe Biden has signed a bill, a piece of legislation that could potentially change the face of social media as we know it. This bill, at its crux, presents ByteDance with a deadline. A ticking clock, if you will. The countdown has started, and if ByteDance fails to comply, they're looking at the possibility of a nationwide TikTok ban. The stakes are high and the game is afoot. So what does this bill entail exactly? Well, it requires ByteDance to sell TikTok to an American company. Now, this might sound simple, but in reality, it's a complex process riddled with economic, political, and legal implications. Let's consider the economic aspect. TikTok is a money-making machine, raking in billions in revenue. Selling such a profitable asset is not a decision to be taken lightly. It's akin to selling a golden goose. Then there's the political angle. This isn't just about TikTok. It's about the intricate web of international relations and the power dynamics between the United States and China. Each move on this chessboard has far-reaching implications, not just for these two countries, but for the global political landscape. And finally, the legal aspect. Selling TikTok means navigating a labyrinth of laws, both American and Chinese, not to mention the potential legal backlash from users and businesses that rely on TikTok for their livelihood. If ByteDance fails to sell TikTok within the stipulated deadline, the consequences could be dire. We're talking about a potential TikTok blackout in the United States. Imagine a social media landscape without one of its most prominent players. It's a scenario that could send ripples across the digital world. So, ByteDance has a decision to make, a decision that could alter the course of social media history. Will they sell TikTok, or will they face the music and risk a nationwide ban? The stakes are high, and the countdown has begun. TikTok's response to this looming ban has been swift and assertive. The company has been vocal in its opposition, with CEO Shou Chew leading the charge. Chew has made it abundantly clear that TikTok is not going down without a fight. He has criticized the bill as being overly broad, potentially stifling innovation and limiting consumer choice. Chew has also emphasized the potential harm the ban could cause to the millions of TikTok users and the businesses that have come to rely on the platform. He paints a picture of a world where a favorite app is suddenly inaccessible, where viral dance challenges, comedy skits, and educational content are all abruptly cut off. Not to mention the potential job losses for those who have built their careers on the platform. But it's not just about the users. TikTok has also warned of the potential economic impact. The app has become a significant player in the advertising world, with businesses of all sizes leveraging its reach to connect with consumers. A ban could potentially disrupt these businesses, many of which are small and medium-sized enterprises that rely heavily on the platform for customer engagement. On the legal front, TikTok has threatened to challenge the bill in court. The company argues that the legislation violates its right to due process and equal protection under the law. TikTok believes that the bill unfairly targets the company based on its Chinese origins, rather than any proven security threat. The company has also raised concerns about the precedent this could set. If TikTok can be banned based on its country of origin, what's to stop other foreign-owned apps from facing the same fate? The company warns that this could lead to a fragmented internet where access to digital platforms is determined by political allegiances rather than user choice. In short, TikTok is not taking this lying down. The company is ready to fight back, both in the court of public opinion and in the legal courts if necessary. It's clear that this is more than just a business dispute. It's a battle for the future of the internet as we know it. The battle lines are drawn and TikTok is gearing up for a fight. This TikTok legislation isn't just about social media, it's a political chess game. Indeed, the wheels of politics spin in intriguing ways, and the TikTok saga is a classic example. Now, how did a bill about a social media app end up in a legislation concerning foreign aid, you ask? Well, that's where the art of political maneuvering comes in. In the world of politics, bills often carry more than what meets the eye. They can be like Russian dolls, with one piece of legislation neatly tucked inside another. The TikTok bill was no exception. It was deftly slipped into a larger, more comprehensive foreign aid bill. This is a common tactic known as riders. Riders are additional provisions added to a bill that may not be related to the bill's main topic. This method allows less popular or controversial measures to pass through the legislative process, hitching a ride on a more acceptable or urgent bill. Now, to the uninitiated, this might seem a bit sneaky, but in the labyrinth of legislative procedures, this is just another day at the office. It's a way to expedite the passage of certain laws. The foreign aid bill, carrying the TikTok legislation, was deemed as must-pass legislation. This means that it was a bill so important that it was bound to get approved, carrying along with it the TikTok rider. The passage of this bill wasn't just a decision made in the blink of an eye. It was the result of a strategic play, a carefully calculated move on the political chessboard. It demonstrates the complex interplay between politics and technology, where social media platforms can become pawns in a larger geopolitical game. In the end, all this political jostling might seem far removed from our daily social media scrolling, but it's a reminder that even in the seemingly trivial world of viral dance videos and funny cat clips, bigger forces are at work. As users, it's crucial for us to understand these dynamics because they have a direct impact on our digital rights and freedoms. In the corridors of power, the game is always on. For millions of TikTok users, the future of their favorite app hangs in the balance. Imagine one day you're scrolling through your feed, enjoying the latest dance trends and viral challenges, and the next, the app could potentially disappear from your device. The very thought is enough to send chills down the spine of any TikTok enthusiast. And it's not just about entertainment. For many, TikTok is a platform for self-expression, a creative outlet, and even a source of income. Amidst all the legal and political dust-up, it is the users who are left in a state of uncertainty. But as the saying goes, knowledge is power. Staying informed about the developments could help navigate through this uncertainty. It's crucial to keep an eye on the news, understand the implications, and prepare for any potential changes. The clock is ticking, and users can only wait and watch. Complying with the legislation is no walk in the park for TikTok. It's like being caught between a rock and a hard place, with difficult decisions to make and a ticking clock. Let's explore the options and challenges that lie ahead for this social media giant. One of the most obvious solutions is the sale of TikTok to a new owner. The legislation demands it, but it's a complex process, to say the least. It's not just about handing over the keys and walking away. ByteDance, TikTok's parent company, would need to ensure that the app's technology and data are securely transferred, a process that is both time-consuming and fraught with technical challenges. And then there's the question of who would buy TikTok. It's a hugely popular platform, yes, but it also comes with a heap of political and legal baggage. Any potential buyer would need to consider the risks and rewards of taking on such a hot potato. But let's say a sale does go ahead. Even then, TikTok is not out of the woods. The app's secret sauce, its algorithm, could be affected by the change in ownership. This algorithm, which determines what content users see, is a key part of TikTok's success. If it were to change or be replaced, the user experience could be drastically altered, potentially driving away the very audience that makes TikTok so popular. And let's not forget about the elephant in the room, Chinese law. Any sale or transfer of TikTok's technology would need to comply with China's strict regulations on the export of tech. This could throw a major spanner in the works, potentially derailing a sale or making it significantly more complicated. As you can see, the road ahead for TikTok is far from straightforward. It's a high-stakes game of chess, with each move carrying potential consequences for the app, its users, and its future. TikTok's path is fraught with obstacles, and each step counts. It's a story we'll be watching closely as it unfolds, a true testament to the power and politics of the digital age. As we navigate this social media storm, it's vital to recap what we've learned. We dove deep into the turbulent waters of the TikTok ban, discussing President Biden's signature on a bill that could change the face of social media. We explored the legislation's key points, including the looming deadline for TikTok's parent company ByteDance to sell off the app or face potential consequences. We also delved into TikTok's response to the legislation, from CEO Shou Chu's statements to the company's threat of legal action. We investigated the political maneuvers that led to this bill's passage and discussed the implications for users and businesses alike. Lastly, we looked at TikTok's options and challenges moving forward, including the possibility of a sale and the obstacles they face under Chinese law. We encourage you to share your thoughts on this issue and stay updated on further developments. Keep the conversation going, stay informed, and thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to hit subscribe for more updates on the TikTok saga.